Hey gang, it's Ray Glasser live in July of 2018 with a few notes about a very special Ghoulardi show that I taped back in 1964. The date was Friday night, September the 18th, 1964, and what makes this particular recording so unusual is I did not record it off the TV. It's the only one I recorded from inside the Channel 8 studios ever, and that's what makes it unique. If Ernie sounds like he's in the background rather than real loud and up close to the mic, it's because he was in the background. He was about 10 feet away from me, sitting on a stool, and I was sitting on a folding chair, holding up the mic to just to him, that was attached to my Webcore tape recorder, which you're going to see right now, which is why I'm doing a video of this, just to give you some more insight about this particular recording. There was actually a big speaker about 10 feet above Ernie, and all he could hear out of the speaker was both his echo and the theme music, the background music. That's all that came out of that speaker. So he could hear the echo level, he could hear the theme music, and that's how he could keep in touch with the guys who were engineering the shows. You can also hear me and my buddy Mike laughing in the background during a couple of the things that Ernie says, because it was all, again, in the studio. And what also makes this night for me unique was the fact that we took the 1964 Ghoulardi for Pres sign and we put glue on all the black outlines and poured colored glitter onto it, shook it off, and gave it to Ernie that night. And it was really cool. It like sparkled and reflected all different colors and everything, and he loved it. That's why he said, I see you guys, your dad gets his shirt done at the same place I do, because we use the same cardboard, which of course he had no way of knowing. Also that night, my friend Mike and I both wore masks and we were on camera. He put us on camera for a couple seconds. He also mentions our names. He also played back a tape I made of him on the show when he says, and you'll hear this in the recording, you want to know what good fans they are of mine? And he actually played a recording. I forget how he did it, but he played a recording that I brought, I made of him on tape, I think in 1963. After the show, I interviewed Ernie at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that interview follows the recording of his show. There's also a horrible hum in the audio. I removed as much of it as I could. Also that night, Ernie's cameraman was a guy named Ernie Heiser. Ernie Heiser, who was a summer replacement, and you'll actually hear his voice during the interview. And the last note I have is, I don't remember what the movie was that night, and I don't think Ernie really made any reference to it during this show, at least not that I got on tape. But that was a great night. My buddy Mike and I had a great time, and what can I say? Here it is. September 18th, 1964, and the voice you hear announcing the date is John Mahoney, the Channel 8 announcer. After the show is my infamous interview with Ernie Anderson at 2 o'clock in the morning. Enjoy it, guys. Here we go.
September the 18th, and now, in livid color, it's the horrible Ghoulardi over there.
I wonder what he meant by that. Now, you watch this whole movie tonight. And if this movie's a cheapie, what's a cheapie? Less than $30. I think we're overdoing the echo. Echo. Kenny Clark. Oh, John. Curly. We got it down. Down. A little more. More. You're not playing the game, John. Tell you what, group. Usually the host comes out right, and he goes through a whole thing. He says, you won't believe tonight's movie? Was that an opinion? He says, you won't believe tonight's movie. The hero. And then he goes through a whole big explanation, right? Fortunately, I don't have to take your time with the big explanation of the movie. You've seen it many times. Ha! What is all that? Senator Goldwater coming by? Hold it! Cut! There's a knock on the phone. Don't see the phone. I'll fake a phone. Wait a minute, Ern, I think you can do it. Can you do it, Ernie? Anybody with that stupid a name? Anybody walk around with the name Ernie? Zing. What do you mean, what's my name? Goodbye. Watch out for the cliff. Got a Barry Goldwater joke. Kenny Clark says it's a bad one, but I'm convinced it's a good one. You ready? Knock on the phone. I'll make my own knocks. Hello, Bear! Yes? Well, I don't know, Barry, but if I were you and I was elected president, yes? Well, the first thing I'd do would be to take a trip around the world. No, Barry, you won't fall off. Well, I can't hear it, so I won't clap because I'll be offbeat. Like a society thing. Did you ever see a bunch of musicians play for society? They all clap on the beat. Did you ever notice that? Zonk. Listen, I saw a guy from Parma tonight. It was Saturday night. He was all dressed up. He'd starched his bowling shirt. No, huh? John Fitzgerald, I told you that was a bad joke. Stick to sports, Fitzgerald. I try to tell these guys. I say, okay, I'll tell it, sweetie, but it's going to be a bomb. Listen, group, I want to tell you the truth. Gross Productions is about to present, immediately following these next few grim words about a few products. Good boy, right? You've seen them all before, right? How long will it last, Kenny Sweets? 2:20 minutes. Huh?
15 minutes.
No, how long will the commercials last?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Even?
2:10.
2:10. Okay. You got 2 minutes and 10 seconds before you see the Beatles. Now, I'll tell you the truth. The Beatles been in this town. We're in town, what, how long? Gross Productions have got it all summed up in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Now, if you want to see the Beatles, be back here in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And if you can do it, you're a better man than I am. I don't believe that. I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you what you do. Sweetie, lay another one in there. It's got to the stage now, where Ghoulardi's got to see it through. You brought me what? Just a ball. A fan? No, not that, sweetie. I have a line now, but I don't have the nerve. No, don't just fling it. You know what the Greeks? Just bring it over here. Nice. Don't walk in front of the camera. It's important. It shows a lot of lack of professionalism. What is that? What is that supposed to be?
Pizza, baby, I think.
That's a pizza, you think? Don't you think you overdid it?
Oh, not at all.
You cook them up a little bit too much?
Chris?
It's crisp. Got any chewy ones? Here. That's a chewy one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you made a big mistake. You know how?
How?
You knew you were going to a color studio, right?
Right.
So this is none of a solid black.
Hey, right.
All right. Wait a minute, here's one with a little color. Can you folks out there with color sets see the little bit of... That's the kind of pizzas they serve at the stadium, right, Sweets? You're going to invest $4 million of the community's money in these pizzas.
I don't think so.
All right. Listen, someday I hope to get into a business that the community likes well enough to support for $4 million. I'll tell you the truth. Listen, where'd you get this box?
Oh, Canadian Club.
Where's the top of the box?
Flip that top over here.
Give me that top.
Where the fuck?
I tell you what you do.
Yeah.
You take this box back,
Yeah.
dump the pizzas,
Right.
put the whiskey back in, and then we'll talk. Now, in the meantime, if you can go to a little roll, we're going to be very intent about the sour lemmings. Go to black, or go to the thing, Kenny, and then we'll get it. Okay, here we go. Come on now, we're serious. We've had enough fooling around. Okay, Kenny, okay. Okay. Microphone. Microphone. That was a what? That was an ash can in there. Yeah. The Rolling Stones really don't rock, do they? Not tonight. Incidentally, they're very nice guys, the Rolling Stones. Huh? Yep. Certainly like to see those guys after a bath. They probably look like Ghoulardi, right? Listen, as you may or may not know, hey, Ernie is the star in the light.
Yes, Ernie.
That's the first word out of him. He's been here all summer. And that's the first snappy remark he's ever had. Ernie,
Yes, sir.
don't have any more. Make that the last one. All right, here's the thing. As you may or may not know, next week, Ghoulardi. So buy a new mustache. No, next week Ghoulardi is in Gunsmoke. How about that? And in honor of Gunsmoke, next week we've got a gross productions of a Western. You know what a Western is, don't you? Yeah, ham, omelet, onions.
Give it title.
Huh?
Title.
Peppers. Title. Gross Productions presents next week, in honor of Ghoulardi's appearance on Gunsmoke, The Stranger. It's really not this good, but I think we'll build it up a little. don't panic, I'm with you. I got a whole bit. I just thought of a new bit. You can smoke. You can smoke the Erics if you want. And incidentally, they're very good. I got a whole bunch of them. They're gorgeous. But Ghoulardi is the old-fashioned type. What was that? Ghoulardi's the old-fashioned type. Oh, put that over there. Fan down. That's it. You don't get the impression we did a Western today, did you? I went to a drugstore today to buy this. I walked into the lady and I said, "I'll have some Bull Durham." She said, "I'm sorry, we don't sell animals here." Pan up. This is class. Is that Western? Ha! Pick that up. Pan down. Zoom in. Do something. Ernie, don't just stand there. Pan down. Lift up. Go home. See, this is going to be a fat one. Oh, wait a minute. That's a little too fat. But hey folks, is this entertainment? Did you ever sit around at night and watch your father fill his pipe? Is that a bunch of laughs? Watch it, group. This is it. This is the critical moment. I'm a little embarrassed to do this in public. Could you pan off? Okay, you may come back. You caught me. Son of a gun. All right. Here we go, right? Angala yourself. Turn blue. You know what Angala means? Who's the director on this show? That's what Angala means. No! You know what it means when the record ends? It means you've been on the air for 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Now that is a sour lemon. You put it out. Any average director would have gone to black on that. Sounds like the opening to the Adventure Road show. Yup. Vote the Oxnard ticket. Ghoulardi for prayers. Wait a minute, I missed the sign. Ghoulardi for prayers. Hey, listen, your old man gets his shirts done the same place I do. Oxnard, Ghoulardi for press. Hey, that's kind of cute with the Ghoulardi today. All right, good. Oh, give me that one back, will you, sweetie? And, no. What is that? Pumpkins for press. Pumpkins for press. I don't believe that. Oh, look at the flickering on that. Is that a flickerer? You ready for this group? Cinema 65. That joke won't mean much to you now, but wait till next week. Cinema 65. Is that beautiful? Look at all them colors in there, Green. Listen, I want to thank Ray Glasser and Mike Raslow for being so kind as to make something out of their old man's shirt cardboards. Awful nice of them. They're real fans of mine. You want to know what good fans they are of mine? Listen.
Mad world. Said I believe you're mad man.
Hey, that secret song was a great show, isn't it? Oh, boy. And I laid an egg. Huh? All right. Listen. There's one good thing I can say about that movie. It's over. Right? The second good thing I can say about that movie is you will never again see it on the Ghoulardi show. Come here. I want to tell you something. I have just learned that management, yeah, they're beautiful. Management has decided on a brand new show on Saturdays. All you little guys out there are going to love. It's going to be called Thriller Theater or some such nausea. Guess what the movies are? All the movies we played on the show for 2 years. Now that should have a big audience, right? There aren't too many folks that haven't seen those movies. There must be 3 or 4 out there. A couple of old ladies, a few guys just back from Korea. Hold it a minute. Whatever happened to Korea? Listen, wait, somebody wrote me a poem. Hold it. Don't ever snap your fingers at the star. Birdie, birdie in the snow. How cold it is, I know. I lure you with crumbs and bread so I can smash your little head. You see what a simple crew we've got here. Thought that was funny. I'll tell you, you think that was bad? One of our intrepid cameramen, the lowest form of television life, came up to me. Try to keep me in focus, will you, Ernst? It's important. Came up to me and he said, "How about this one?" So bad I forgot it. Rolling Stones.
Couldn't take them for granted.
Oh. He said, "The Rolling Stones You shouldn't take them for granted. Hazard with Paulette Goddard. Ungawa yourself. How's your Ungawa? And MacDonald Carey. You'll love this. This is when he had hair. Milkman's Matinee with Sleepy John Mahoney. Stay tuned. See if the engineers can keep him awake for the breaks. See if he gets back from the swamp in time. That's even funnier. Okay, sweetie. John Mahoney, it's your show. Take over and die with it.
Of this night movie have been brought to you in full spectrum from the color studios of WC.
Okay. Get the box. You want the box? Do me a favor. Dump that in that thing over there and give me the box. I could really use that box.
This is an interview with
I hope so.
the star.
For your sake. Look, you got nice weather for it.
Thank you very much.
What about Jack Leonard? That's right.
Your real name, please.
My real name is Ernie Anderson.
Yeah, and your stage name.
And my stage name is Ernie Anderson.
It wasn't always Ghoulardi, was it?
Gee, you thought I was going to change my name, right?
You bet.
You thought I was Jewish.
Ah, yeah, Mike. Hey, listen, your stage name wasn't always Ghoulardi, was it?
My name was no.
What was your original name? Ghoulardo?
Ernie Anderson's all right originally. What the hell do you want from me? Best I can.
Okay.
This is as serious as I ever get.
Okay. When did your show start? Who had the original idea for your show?
Listen, did you want this interview to be halfway serious?
At least halfway.
All right, halfway.
All right.
My started, I came, and to me. That's half of it. You want the other half?
It might help.
Well, I'm only being halfway serious.
Well,
That's
could
the
you be
serious part. The other part's the funny part. You
All
want
right.
the funny
Can we hear the funny part for the hell of it?
part? Yeah. For the what?
Heck.
Hell of it. I said hell of it.
Oh.
No.
Is he Jewish?
Are you? Huh? No, I can't ask personal questions.
No,
I don't. No, I won't hide the facts. No, this the guy came to me and said, "Listen, we got a whole bunch of movies, and then we need a horror host. How'd you be a host? You're a horror."
Can we have one of your gorgeous laughs
Of course.
on tape?
Do you have any echo?
I'll fix one up.
I don't ordinarily laugh for nothing.
Like
Like 2 Friday nights ago. Remember that in the car?
With the drunks.
I don't want to hang you up. But if you'll only say something funny, I'll give you a laugh.
All
I'll
right.
put you on the spot.
Me.
I'm an ad libber. All right. How's that for an ad lib?
That's,
When are you getting some new movies? How's that for a laugh?
listen, if I hadn't heard that question 20,000 times, I'd probably answer it.
All right.
The tape is running out.
No, this will go for a long time. Where is your hiding spot after the show?
Oh, the swamp.
The swamp.
We jump over to Seagram's and we suck up a little booze.
A little.
Yeah, as much as we need to get us home. That's about it.
Are you driving this week?
No. I drove last week, and I'm still driving. I want to thank my crew.
Would you name some of the people who work for you? Kenny Clark and some of the rest?
A bunch of screaming incompetence is difficult to put up with which I have a tough time putting. There's a guy named Ernie who stands behind me and goes.
And who's your director?
Kenny Clark.
And what did Dominic Ortuso do for your show?
Ruined it, they bombed it, they dogged it. Well, you got a cigarette there, sweetie?
No, sweetie. Here,
What you got? How
Ernie,
about
oh,
that?
Ernie?
I'm all
Ernie, say my
thorough.
name on there.
Let's suck up on her cigarettes.
One now.
Ernie,
Oh,
say
wait a
my
minute,
name
here's
on.
a
What do you
hard
think of
word.
me,
Tell
Ernie?
your name.
Ernie Heiser's my
Yeah,
name.
you're a cameraman, right?
I'm really the star of his show.
He's really a drunk.
Without me,
Just
the
a moment,
show is-
Heiser, are you Jewish?
Without his show.
I don't believe.
Are you Jewish? Hey, let me ask you a question. You're Jewish.
Oh, it's very possible.
Are you Jewish?
Why'd you do that for?
Back on jokes. It's lit. You got lit, sick.
I still like the joke about the Polak who gets all dressed to go up to what? He starches his bowling shirt.
You didn't say Polak, though.
Yes, I did.
You said
No, I
all
didn't.
Polish
Well,
jokes, you said.
no, that's true, because they punch in the nose. Them grapes don't mind, and the elephants forget. So
Heard that
I
before.
like that phone call.
Well, I repeat the thing.
Remember the phone call?
How come why did they kick your 4:30 show off? Or can't you say that?
Sure, it was a bomb. It was laying an egg. We didn't have any ratings. What do you want from me?
Yeah, no
I
people.
liked it.
Yeah, no people watching it. You mean?
No, we had a lot of people, but not enough people. We had a lot of teenagers, but not enough kids.
Do you like when the kids come down and see your show live? Like a lot of stars don't like all the publicity and everything, but do you mind it really?
Well, if they laugh, I like it. Good night.
You boy.
Do you think?
I agree with you. This is dull. I'd go with you if I was in hungry.
Do you think the shows are worth laughing at?
Oh, sure. No, I just think I think they're fun to do. I don't care if anybody laughs, really. Sometimes there's something funny.
That bad, huh?
I just enjoy doing it.
What do you think of the nut that was on tonight?
Well, I thought I was pretty good.
All right. That's all I got here. I like that.
Listen, I'm going to take my Canadian Club imported whiskey 4/5 home.
Okay. Do you expect your show to last? I've heard a lot of times you might be going off the air because of ratings and everything, but do you think you'll last really?
The ratings, unfortunately, I'm bored to death with the mother. But the fact is that the ratings are fantastic still.
Uh-huh.
They are. They're just unbelievable. And when we get the new movie package, they should be even greater. Listen, I'm getting excellent ratings. With shut up. I'm getting excellent ratings. Really, the best ratings now. We have 27s, and what's his name? Carson has 7, and Steve Allen has 7. They're even, but they're at the bottom on Friday nights. We're unbelievable.
Can I ask you a personal question?
What?
What do you think of Captain Penny and Barnaby?
Oh, they're lovely guys, man. They're my personal friends.
Are they really?
Sure.
I always knew both of them. I knew that.
Have you ever met any of the Beatles in person?
No. John.
Do you wish to?
John Mahoney sat till 5 o'clock in the morning. Played poker with Lennon. Or Lemon or whatever his name. Lemon.
Did he win?
Lemon Brothers. Isn't he one of the Lemon Brothers?
something like that. I think it
Yeah.
was.
No, I don't know. I think he lost, as a matter of fact.
What do you think of Dorothy?
She's a lovely girl. She's very bright. She's too bright for all this garbage. You know, that's her only problem.
Thank you very much. And that concludes my most exciting night at the WJW Studios downtown. That was taped September 18th, 1964, 3¾ IPS. The first part was Ernie Anderson's, or Ghoulardi's, show, taped live with my microphone through my tape recorder on that night, and right in the studios. And of course, after that was my...